What's going on, everyone? And TCG here, and just want to have a quick video on a couple things in the market, and really talk about a couple things that I think everybody should focus on, where there is still some value. So it is Surging Sparks release day, November 8th, and the sets go nuts. The Pikachu EX, these things are selling like crazy for $400. So this is far outpaced the Greninja at this point, and really anything in the set. And you can see they're just churning and burning. If we look here for today, there've been 35. There've been 35 copies of the card sold. The Pikachu PSA 10 first to market, 37,000 views. It's at $2,800 or $2,850. It's been all over the place. It's been bid up to $500,000, and the bids retracted twice now. It's crazy, but I think the most important thing to think about is assume this is a $2,000 card, $1,500 card in PSA 10, whatever. It looks like the pull rates are about the same as what they've been in the last few sets. So about one of these in every 20 boxes. So $100 a box of EV just for this card. In general, it's obviously a super generalization, but if this card is worth $2,000-$3,000 in PSA 10, there's gonna be so many packs ripped. It's gonna be insane. And this card alone is going to support this set and make this a $200 box. The boxes have come down a little bit, but today is the dump day. So on TCG Player, you have to qualify for pre-release if you're a brick and mortar store. That's what this little hut thing looks like. But if you're not, today is the first day that you can list everything. So as we look here, 1 month, 1 month. Today there have been 300 boxes sold, which is normally the case on release day. But all of these little onesies and twosies have been eaten up, and you're sitting at 40 boxes until you're back at $160. So it's crazy. Going to Surging Sparks on here, PF Pete has 360 boxes, and then it's gone. One thing I do want to bring to everybody's attention is similar to what we saw with Twilight Masquerade. There were fake boxes on here. This is one of them. You can see the box doesn't look real. You have a seller, no feedback. 32 people bought this, but this price it's obviously too good to be true. So there's a couple of these sellers on here. Stay away. It's bullshit. It's not real. Just don't fuck around with it. So that leads me to my next point. Where's the value in the market right now? So the first place I want to go before we touch on some of the remaining PC ETBs is I want to go to Stellar Crown. So Stellar Crown is really starting to dry up, and these boxes can still be had for $105 cases, $610. There's a cyber weekend, I guess they call it now, Black Friday sale. TCG Player looks like it's going to be 13 to 15% off. But if we look at these boxes, there's under 1,400 of them for sale in the market, and they've just been gradually being eaten up. In the last month, your average sales are 28, 30 boxes a day, and these are starting to dry up. The distributors who have some left are starting to increase the price, and this is going to be the next box to hit $130, $140 in my opinion. So let's move on to ETBs. So obviously anything prismatic evolutions, you're going to buy. If the Surging Sparks ETBs come back up for sale, and I actually got 12 cases that I ordered over the last month or so, I got super fortunate timing wise when I started to pre-order these. So they did arrive. I'll use that as my thumbnail. But what I want to point out is there's three big ones left. Twilight Masquerade, obviously, but Stellar Crown and Shrouded Fable, which are a little bit lesser popularity, although there are more reviews on Stellar Crown than there are Twilight Masquerade. But what I want to point out is there's really been a run on the promos. And what I'm saying is, you look at the Maridon, this is from your SV base, you have 3 listed. Coridon, there's 2 listed. Knockdown, which is the Stellar Crown, there's 10, and it's at $42, $43. So there's not much left, and these have all just disappeared. So the Stellar Crown ETB is $60. The promo you get with it's $43. You're effectively getting the entire thing for what's that, $17 plus tax, so $20 for 9 packs. I mean, is there a better deal? You have the Teal Mask Ogre Pond. This is from the Twilight Masquerade. Not the best promo, but they're still $20. So at $60 per, you're getting the ETB for 40. Not the best value, but it's not terrible. And this is the one that I really want to focus on, the Petrarent. So Shrouded Fable has kind of been shit on and not very popular. Not a whole lot of sales. You can see here, there's only 63 reviews versus double that for the rest of these guys. But this card doesn't exist. It's not listed on the market anywhere here. And if we look, the last sales on this are $45, and there's nothing because nobody bought them, nobody opened them. These ETBs, you can probably buy them for $60, list the promo for $60, and break even net of fees. But when we look at the market right now, I think Twilight Stellar, and Shrouded Fable ETBs, they're a must buy. Make sure you have a bunch of them. Stellar Crown booster boxes are starting to creep up. Magazine Exchange had them for $92 forever. PhD 95. Alliance is always 101. And then the other guys, there's a little bit of price flexibility with Southern GTS, but those boxes are creeping up to $98, $100 distro. I mean, look, these distributors aren't stupid. They know what's going on. They know that the demand is going to expand outside of this, because when you can't buy Prismatic and you can't buy Surging, you're going to go to the next best thing, which is some of the more recent sets with some of the bigger hits. So I would look at that. I do want to mention SV Base. One of the distributors had those at $85 per box. That deal's dead. They're now closer to $95, $100. And then the same with Paradox Rift. They were for sale for $87. They're now at 95 plus with limited distribution. So, like I said, I would take a look if anything comes back in stock on Prismatic, which it will, and Surging Sparks, which I mentioned it was going to come back in stock today, and it did. It sold out again. So, look, it's in high demand. The Stellar Crown, Shrouded Fable, and Twilight Masquerade, they're must-haves. They're must-haves if you have any interest in value buying at this point. So that's all I have for now. Make sure you check out this Pikachu EX. There's still 4 days left. This thing goes to $4,000 or $5,000 and actually sells and gets paid for. Now these boxes could be $300 before it's all said and done. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, join the Discord. We just about have our store up, and we do have a ton of product. We have close to 600 booster boxes of Surging Sparks we haven't listed yet. We're sitting on them, and 65 cases of sleeve boosters, which in my opinion is the next best thing. So at some point we'll be bringing those to market, and we'll go from there. So all right, guys, have a great night.